So here we are at the end of January, right in the heart of the car build programme. Since we crossed the finish line in Abu Dhabi, the activity has steeply ramped up in the factory. So many activities happening in series. Our first big milestone was the fire up of the new car, which happened just before Christmas. On top of that, we've been through the homologation of the chassis. These are a series of tests that we have to pass before we can go racing. And then we're into a lot of T&D tests. So firstly on a component level, and then build up to the major assemblies of the car to make sure that we hit all of our performance and reliability target. Now we're going to talk you through this in more detail.
The 2023 Fire Up is an important milestone because it gives us a chance to sign off the spine of the car. The spine consists of the chassis, electronics, gearbox, hydraulics, PU and fuel system. And is a combination of many months of work through design, purchasing and planning, manufacturing and through the build department. This moment is where many elements of the car come together and over 50 people are involved in achieving this goal. I also think it's a big boost to the factory achieving this key milestone before the Christmas break.
So in December and January, it's some of the busiest times of the year in the composite manufacturing departments. In December, we're focusing on the manufacture of the main structural components of the car. January is our busiest month in the build period. We're focused on getting up to quantities of structural components such as the chassis and transmission carriers, and we're also seeing the first aerodynamic components such as wings and floors coming into the departments. So the areas such as the clean room, the fitting area, the machining areas will be working 24/7 as we're building car quantities ready for the first test.
I organise and run all of the safety homologation testing. The safety structure homologation testing is a group of tests that are done by every single team to ensure that all of their cars are safe enough for the drivers in case there is any accidents. There are around 25 different tests across the car and every single one needs to be signed off and witnessed by the FIA. Most of them are actually done here at the factory in Brackley, and then some of the high-speed impact tests are done at an off-site facility. We need to pass all of these tests in order to go racing, and so it's such an exciting milestone when they're all complete, and why it's such a big focus to get them done in December and January before we go testing in February.
From a T&D design point of view, January is spent predominantly designing some of the later fixtures which are going to be used to test all of the car parts, and we also spend quite a lot of the time down in the lab making sure that all of the fixtures go together so that all of the car parts can be signed off ahead of the season starting.
In T&D we have multiple different test rigs, most of them designed by us to replicate the harsh environments that these parts will be subjected to on the car. These machines give us the ability to have confidence in these components so we can hit the ground running when we get to pre-season testing. That means we can spend more time working on car setup and direction for that, as opposed to fixing reliability issues that could be fixed in the lab pre-season. In this current cost cap environment, it's crucial that we make these parts last so that we don't end up replacing them with unexpected costs that could push us over that cost cap boundary.
January is a really busy time for us here in the dyno. Our focus is to deliver hardware to the track that is really reliable. The fact that we don't get any time to test on track during the winter means that there's a lot of emphasis on testing here in the dyno. We've got the capability to test all the car systems. We can test the brakes, the transmission, the power unit and the cooling system here in the dyno. And then we can test the power unit and the cooling system as a whole together, which allows us to see any issues before the car arrives at the circuit, meaning that when the car does get to the circuit, the focus can be on performance and they don't have to worry about any of the reliability. So moving forward into February, we will see the car come together for the first time. We'll see it out on track, which is very exciting for us. But in the dyno, we will also be running support programs in parallel with that so that we can assist the track team in extracting as much performance from the car.